Okay, so I'm doing my Ranger playthrough because the people voted on it. I'm going to I'm gonna use the Copper Sword and get my first weapon. As you heard, I decided to explore the right side of the map, as the left side was a no-go area. Definitely gonna beat Pre-Mech Duke Fishron, just for the really good weapons that you get from Duke Fishron Pre-Mech. After recovering from that Gnome, I went back to the jungle to try to get any ores. Boom, another achievement, just like that. The jungle was rewarding a few achievements and loot that I needed a lot, but that didn't last long. I decided to take a step back and actually build a house. Now with a little starter house down, I decided it was time to make some art. But guide, I have one crucial question. Stop slime. With the basics done down, the jungle is my best option. Oh, hey, let's time drop some iron. Oh, guide. Even with cactus armor, I still wasn't strong enough to go into the jungle, so I decided to go down. Can you stop attacking these slimes and angering them? There we go. I am As I kept pushing down, I found my first heart crystal. There we go. Perfect. Boom. But of course, that wasn't enough. And never mind. Guess I'll have to do this. Slime. Stone and wood. Got it. Even though I did die on that mining trip, I was able to get a ton of platinum and get a pickaxe upgrade. And keeping on track with getting upgrades, I upgraded a few pieces of armor as well. With these few pieces of armor and upgrades, I ventured deeper into the mines where I found a couple more heart crystals. Okay, Sky Island most likely right there. Yeah, I'd say about a 100% chance there's a Sky Island right above spawn. When I respawned, I found a really lucky find though, Abigail's flower. Possibly two. Oh, right in his face. I needed some NPCs to start moving in, so I decided to start working on some NPC housing. Now with some NPC housing done, I had to wait a little bit for them to move in. Unfortunately, it did not take long for them to move in. With the merchant moved in, I bought the essentials, a bug net, a piggy bank, and some torches. Get to the jungle and get ourselves a As you heard, I was trying to get the best free hard mode yo-yo for Amazon. And for that yo-yo, I would need vines, stingers, and jungle spores. There we go. Demoliminish. Oh my gosh. I give up. Oh, that's so unfortunate. After that string of misfortunate events, I kept pushing forward getting vines and chests. Also making sure to get any achievements that I could. With that mining trip coming to an end, I found a healthy amount of platinum. And with said platinum, I got a few upgrades. And by this time, enough villagers would move in that I could buy the forest pylon. It wouldn't be useful yet, but later on, it would come in really handy. Stone, let's go. Of course, the dark zone being the corruption. My goal here was to get a musket, so that way the arms dealer would move in. And the way you get a musket is going down in the corruption and breaking these orbs that have a chance of spotting it. There we go. Luckily enough, I only had to break one orb to get it, so I didn't have to stay here any longer. My next destination would be the snow biome, as I wanted to collect these ice blocks for ice arrows, as they're some of the best.
Definitely gonna need a nice
Again,
amount
it
of
didn't
this
take too long
stuff.
to get those ice blocks, so I
Stuff
kept
until I
pushing
can
right
actually
along
get some
the
like
which isn't
good
useful right
stuff,
now, but later on it'd be very
better stuff to make
coming up
actual
onto the beach now,
arrows.
I found one of the most important NPCs in the entire game. And there's our guy.
Guess I don't need a workbench.
Quite a bit. A very important little child. The Angler. Like I said in the intro, I would have to do 200 Angler quests, which would take a while, but it wouldn't be too bad if I did them every single day cycle, as in planned. When I got back to base, the zoologist had moved in, and I bought the cat license. I also expanded the NPC house. As night approached, I saw a message in chat. This means that the Eye of Kaluthu is going to spawn in that night. I rushed to make an arena, but it wasn't the best. Mid-building the arena, he spawned in. I would love to tell you I beat him, but wanted to chill out the way.
Shurikens. Let's go, my first ranged weapon.
I've forgotten to craft it, but I did get enough resources to craft it. I also had the first traveling merchant shop, and I had to sell some stuff to get money to buy your DPS meter and the uniform and also. But with that cat license I bought earlier, it finally showed up and you could get an achievement from it. Yeah. Then more fishing.
Seeds.
Continuing on the fishing streak.
Better damage, okay.
Certain fish for the Angler quest. With the new underground pond, it did not take long to get fishing. When I teleported home, the Eye of Kaluthu was spawning in this night as well. But this time I did hold my own. I just didn't have enough time in the night to kill him. In the morning, I continued the elevator and pushed it all the way down to hell. Once again, that night, the Eye of Kaluthu spawned in, and I tried my best, but I ended up dying. Oh, dude, I'm not locked at all, man. I was a bit rusty at this, so I needed a more of a power boost, so I decided to go to space for that. The only thing of real note here was the horseshoe, which allows you to take no fall damage for the game, which is really nice to have. Right after that, though, I decided to do some more fishing, and I needed to make another pond instead of a mushroom pond. I made sure to make a little box around it so I wouldn't be bothered by the natural spawning enemies, and got to fishing. But that's too boring. After building the house inside of the desert, the nurse and arms would move in, as it gives you perfect friendship. With the house done, I moved in the arms dealer and nurse. I then headed over there and talked to the arms dealer to get the achievement. There we go. Some nice friendship. I also got a pet for completing a quest, which gave me another achievement. There we go. I also made sure to go over the desert by the desert pylon, so that way I could get the network started. And I would make sure to sell any of my teleports over at the arms dealer because they would give me max value for it as they had max friendship. I was now very close to being comfortable enough to buy Eye of Kaluthu, but I just needed a little bit more. I would make sure to put
Silver.
along the way, but prioritizing the red and platinum above all else. Oh, I did get a really lucky find. I found a summon for the Eye of Kaluthu, so I could play on my timing instead of his. I made sure to collect as many life crystals as I could before the fight, but something more important came up. I opened this glowing mushroom chest and found my outfit for the rest of the playthrough, the mushroom gear. With the platinum I had collected, I went ahead and crafted the bars. And I was able to craft the helmet, giving me full platinum gear. I grabbed the potions I could get.
To grab those torches. Nice.
With the Eye of Kaluthu summoned in, I would love to say that I had a hard time on this fight, but with all my preparations, he was really easy. It did not take long for him to get to his second phase with the amount of damage I was pumping out.
Water chest
The only thing I
and
really
gold.
needed to watch out for was his super dashes. And with all that in
Upgrade
mind,
early game.
Let's go. That's free. It was locked in, I'm not gonna lie. First boss down, Eye of Kaluthu. Trophy, down. Yeah, first of many. Put around goodies. First things first, gonna make the fights. Just
Gold ore.
easy.
It's nice stuff.
Awesome. That went a little fast, but I got a ton of upgrades. I got the Eye of Kaluthu shield, which allowed me to have an early game dash, and Demonite bars. The day after the boss was defeated, I was heading to the corruption, and the goblins started invading from the east. At this point, they weren't much of a challenge, and it only took a little bit of time and a few deaths to defeat them. Goblin Army now defeated, I can find a Goblin Tinkerer. Go! Goblin Army defeated. I made it my first priority to find the Goblin Tinkerer, which did not take too long. Oh my gosh, I found him. It's been a minute, but it's fine. Dude, I can't believe it. That's so good. Just boom, then boom. This is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. We got the Goblin Tinkerer up here now. It's so nice with our option of reforge now. The real thing, my favorite thing, which is right here. Going right here.
Nice, got the gold.
Now, I didn't really explain what that table was, but it's a Tinkerer's workshop that allows you to combine accessories.
Ooh, there's the jungle. Nice to know. Haha.
Also, from here on out, I won't be mentioning too much fishing, as there was a lot of it done in the background. While grabbing a few buff potions to fight the Akaluku again, the blood will start rising.
Desert.
Unfortunately, though, this gave me absolutely
Okay, nothing right off the bat. So I'm going back over here.
I was also able to get the golden bug net, which is really nice to have this early on. I think our next move
But yeah, I don't know where he went.
Who's this guy? Hey,
There.
hello? Who are you, pal? Who are you? Well, you're mining in my cave. I built my house on top of this. Dude, I've been in these caves for a drift. Like, I didn't know anybody was here. I've been lost, bro. I've been lost. I was in this place called, like, Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley was recorded over, like, 3 months ago. What do you mean? Speaking of Stardew Valley, you should totally go check it out, along with the other videos on my channel. And while you're there, you should 100%
No.
Only if you like my content, though. Okay, back to the video. Dude, like I said, bro, me and my friends were in Stardew Valley. We were supposed to hang out, and I think
Rubies.
bored and 100%, and I got lost in the mines, and now I'm here. I've been down here for a while.
Get slime.
I don't know how long. You know, I could use the help 100% in this game. What do you say you help me out? I mean, I guess, sure. Well, looks like we're a duo now. That's right. I kind of lied to you a little bit. It was me and my friend who 100% the duo. Now, kid you not even 5 minutes after joining, he does this. The dirtiest block? Excuse me? You just pulled the dirtiest block? Before we could kill the Euro,
I'm watching a video of someone 100%ing Terry, and someone he like had his friend on, and he just got the dirtiest block pet, aka one of the rarest items you can get in the game. Oh yeah. Get out of here, Bat. Well, guess I'm gonna be making a ruby hook. Ruby hook. Since I've already got so many of them.
Now that the arena is done, we can start trying to fight the Euro Worlds. All I had to do was go down and break the last orb. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Once again, though, we kind of overprepared for this fight, so it was really easy.
So yeah, I think this was a good mining trip. And there's my DB potion.
With the worm defeated, I got access to a whole host of new items.
Seeds, yes sir.
And part of those items was a new set of armor. Of course, that armor being the Shadow Set.
Hey.
After that, I once again took to the stars to try to find more sky islands for loot. Luckily enough, I was able to find a star theory in the chest, which is a pretty decent weapon to have, and a nice red shiny balloon. Taking a step back for a second, I made the astral regrowth from the statue regrowth that I picked up earlier. I of course had to go test it out by chopping a ton of wood. Also with the XP growth, potions are now really valuable to start using, so I made a little bit of a farm for them.
Wooden arrows.
Now with the farm down, getting potions would be super easy from here on out. Since I was also so close to maxing on the health, I went ahead and did that real quick. With the Demonite pickaxe in hand, I grabbed an obsidian skin and went to mine hellstone. There was really not much to say here, it was just a lot of hellstone mining. Before I left, I also made sure to grab a Hellforge. Once I got back to base, I went ahead and crafted a few hellstone bars. And with those odds, we crafted a Hellstone pickaxe, giving me achievement and some of the armor. We also needed a few more NPCs to start moving, so I sent them houses. But of course,
Mine
we
tree.
contracted until the king for an achievement.
Oh,
Did you get an achievement? Ones are also falling from the sky right now, and we killed enough for King Tom to spawn in, so we went ahead and killed him real quick. Of course, this is more of a massacre than a weapon fight. I wanted to start using ranged weapons more, so I bought the mini chest, which also got an achievement. Feeling a bit more powerful now, I went to the underground desert to get some chisels, which I found back that only give others out pretty well. Of course, while being there, I made sure to loot around and found a few bat statues. Actually, it's awesome. Feeling really powerful now. Built Skeletron Arena. But then I remembered that I had to actually build the NPC housings and I forgot to do worker. Nonetheless, though, it was time to fight Skeletron. Unfortunately, though, our egos got a little ahead of us and we met our match. What was that? I decided I wanted to full spec into Ranger, but that wouldn't be the final class that I play in this playthrough. With that though, I had to change out my armor for fossil armor.
that's good. Suitable housing.
I set to mine fossils inside of the desert. With enough sturdy fossils that I got from the fossils, I made the
Yikes, already got 30 of these.
We then went to rematch Skeletron. This time around it went a lot better. With my new Ranger armor and a quick whip with both of his hands. With both hands gone, he was super easy to kill.
Furnace, there we go.
Oh my god. Good job, soldier. You held on in the end. I of course took it as bad, but as always, I had nothing good about it. This time was always bad. The real loot, though, was inside of the dungeon, which we now had access to. Oh, wow, it's just 16 gold?
No, no, no.
Weird sounds aside, I was able to start unlocking a few gold chests. Oh my god, Mesa and Shadow Key up the first chest. After getting basically what I needed in one chest, I went ahead and crafted a new set of armor. That was well, I looted Skylands,
Whoa.
and I forgot to put on for a quick achievement. With all the key items in place, I began to collect a few swords for a special item. Knight's Edge. I need the sword for the wall, but if I wanted to 100% this game now, I did have to make a secondary world that was Crimson to get a few missing achievements. Now, all this world was for was to farm missing items. One of those items being the Aglet of Wind, and the Aglet of Wind, and the Magic Pouch. Back on the main world, though, I was able to find the mechanic, which was a nice pool. There were a few easy achievements tied to the shimmer, so I went ahead and found it. All you had to do to find it was go in from the beach on the jungle side, and go in by a little bit, and dig down, and you would find it in no time. Now, the shimmer worked in a really cool way. You just toss in these items, and they would come back out different.
Tim Gray, though, the most useless thing in the entire game. And I'm not kidding about that. Okay, some stone.
Going back down in the other world, it was time to start working on the long highway to the wall of
I need some lead for my anvil. Torch.
But before we went to fight the Wall of Flesh, we had to fight the Queen Bee. Yeah, the Queen Bee's not that hard. This was also around the time when I switched over to summons as I
Ooh, nice. Here's some lead right here.
We started heading down. It's a hard mode. Y'all didn't know, but it in a hard mode, my toe. You fell to the gravity somehow. Once that beautiful rap song was over, it was time to summon in the wall. Unfortunately, this one ended with death, but we got really close, so it was definitely possible.
I'm pretty sure I only need a few more to get an end. Nice.
We went back down to hell, and I got ready to throw in the final guide voodoo doll. Now the plan here was to use the Night Edge to take out all these hungries so that we could do good damage to the actual wall itself. But my bow had piercing, so it was already hitting into it, doing a massive amount of damage. Yeah, pal.
Do you think
I
it's
have piercing
stable
on
now?
my side. This guy has no idea what's happening to him, bro. He's like, how am I getting hit? He doesn't even know. I've activated my shrine god. I'm so good. I'm literally nice up though. Oh, side of the wire, come on.
Okay.
Oh my
Another
gosh.
torch.
We had done it. We had killed the wall of flesh, entering into hard mode. And so credit to my Widowmaker was up this. Of course, now that we were in hard mode, the first thing to do was break a ton of demon altars. The reds are gonna start spawning. Oh my gosh, they're already spawning. Oh no. No! Now that went by really fast, but our world was blessed with 3 types of metal: palladium, orichalcum, and titanium. Now the progression through this video is not the best. I went around basically mining a bunch of palladium, made the pickaxe, mined a bunch of orichalcum, made the orichalcum pickaxe, and then mined titanium, making the titanium pickaxe. But while mining all that metal, I decided to farm up some black recluses for their teeth, as that was my upgrade path in the summoner class. There were a few upgrades along the way, like the orichalcum anvil that allowed us to craft hard mode items. I was also able to craft my wolf spider armor, which was a nice upgrade. Now with the orichalcum in hand, I can
Great.
start mining the titanium, and I will be mining a lot of it.
Just saved myself with a clutch there.
Obviously, I wasn't going to show all of it, but it was time to craft the titanium forge, which will allow us to smelt the ore. I grossly underestimated how much titanium I needed, so I had to mine a little bit more.
And then I have the golden bow.
I'm not really sure where this achievement came from.
And the ruby hook.
We did keep side for a little bit, as we needed to farm some money for reforges. I then started farming for the magma stone that drops in the bats, as I would need it for terrace foods. While farming for it, though, I heard some alarming
I'll
news.
just keep the 15 rubies on me.
Sure. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, that's like getting close to where like if we're in the spawn house we're getting all over the
Okay.
This was an issue we had to tackle immediately, because if we didn't leave it untreated, it would infect our entire land. Now the best way to do this is make a big hole around the land that's purified. Once that problem was solved, I made a little bit of a snow.
Work
We were
bench.
basically at the point where we need to be to fight the mech bosses, but we wanted some wings, and the best way to do that is to go up all the way to space and start killing them.
500 arrows. Yeah, this should be enough arrows.
Once I farmed up enough souls, I was going to farm a ton of pixies for both me and my friend, so we can get pixie dust to make pixie wings. I also got revenge on the gnome, turning him into stone. Oh, where
Take the power of the golden bow. Ugh.
Before the mech bosses, though, we wanted to try our hand at killing Queen Slime, so I got to building her. With the arena done, it was time to fight Queen Slime. We died. With a few minor tweaks to the arena, like adding a background for my spiders to actually walk on, I would retry my hand at fighting Queen Slime, but I had to get a summon first. And with the summon I had just found, I spawned in Queen Slime, and it didn't go too bad. Okay, I took a really unfortunate, like 4 or 5 hits there to start, but that went a lot better now that I have with a few more tweaks, like adding a heart statue, it was time to beat Queen Slime.
Sniped him.
Now, at first, she's really similar to
definitely don't want to have a absurdly big tower here. So I'll just do that.
So it was just me versus her. And in no time, she fell. And I'm so bad I killed her. This is so easy. Wait, that was so easy, you know?
I'd give it about a 90% to a 100% chance that there's going to be a Sky
Right
Island
after this, I
here.
decided to kill Brandon with the weapon I had just gotten. And
Yeah,
naturally, it was
Sky Islands usually spawn with bits of random water under them. Don't know why. Don't really care here, but what it does for me is, and other players, is give them a way to find Skylands extremely easy.
Before we fall to mechanical bosses, the Terra Spark boots. It happens quite fast, but from this bat right here, I was able to get it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be high enough.
In theory, with the roughly boots, we have everything we need to craft molten charm, lava water, Terra Spark boots. Boom. Now you might be wondering why the achievement didn't pop up, and I want want to talk about that just for a second. I accidentally logged on to my other account that had Terra Spark boots, giving me the achievement. I didn't mean to. Simple mistake.
Great.
These things happen.
At least it was a Sky Island. Actually, you know what?
After all these upgrades and all this time, it was finally time to
Saw
fight
that
the
alarm.
bosses.
Nope.
Twins.
Oh my.
Wow, they are on you.
Not my fault that it didn't want to do.
Now, because
That
of all
was
the
just
preparations that
annoying.
we did, once again, the mech bosses were super easy. I made sure to target the green one first, as it does the most amount of damage. It happens off camera, but we did so much damage to the green one that he transformed into a second phase. So much damage, man! But we kept up the pressure on top of that green one, and in no time...
For what?
First one time. After that, it was a cakewalk, because the second one is not powerful at all, and it went down in... Oh, you guys died at the same time?
There.
That's the twins down there. That's the twins down.
But this is an easy way to get up here without. See when I get back up there. Okay, so I was able to get back up here after my 500th attempt.
Now it was time to clear up the last pillar, which my friend did himself, getting us the achievement and spawning it, the Moon Lord, in a minute. As always, though, we sucked and died. We then took a little bit of time to farm a really good setup for my friend that focused around a lot of defense. All we had to farm up was 3 paladin shields, which I got back to back. And another shield.
Mm-hmm.
Is that another paladin shield? It is. None of that matters though, because we finally got a blood moon, and we've been waiting on this forever. What are you doing, bro? I don't care what you're doing. You might be wondering why we were so excited about this. It's because that this blood moon is tied in directly to 2 achievements, and we do not have that many left. There it is.
Because there was only one.
With that one click of a button, the moon spawned in. Shit. Through this boss fight, since my friend was a complete tank, he would take all the damage for me, as I was a glass cannon.
Yep.
I would be trying my hardest to DPS. Obviously, I still sucked, but none of that mattered, and my friend absolutely carried this boss fight. I would love to show you guys more of the boss fight.
Now to work on the elevator a bit more.
That's how hard my friend carried this. Holy shit, we actually beat him. Socket trick. Dude, wow. That's Moonlord done. Wait, that's 2 achievements right there. Oh, that was easy. Like what? It was so easy, in fact. We killed him again. I then took the time to gather up all the resources I need for the drill container.
Door.
Unit. Boom! And of course, the first thing I did was destroy the jungle. I'm gonna delete everything. Never mind. That being the Angular quest is purifying the entire world. We were going to say purifying the world for the very end, so that meant that I had to finish up the Angular quest. Now, I'd love to say that I suffered so much doing this, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I did a bunch of it throughout the playthrough, and only going to clean up about 70 quests. And the best way I found to speed all that up is to just sleep in a bed. I'm assuming with this Maddie, a big total of 200 quests for the Angular. Sir, got it. I also got to purify all the...
Ooh, this is not. I think the emerald hook might actually be a bit better than the ruby hook. Be nice if this had enough emeralds. This rate it doesn't. Barely doesn't.
But for real though, you guys have heard way too much of me talking, so I am actually just gonna throw some music on. So enjoy this.
Okay, yep. How was I supposed to know it ended when I literally could not see anything? Yep, grappling hook this early is really nice. Not gonna lie. And this is actually a pretty good seed, not gonna lie. Okay. I can actually make this into its own little house. Just got to do some basic repairs. Like right there. And then add a chair, of course. And a few walls. And it's repaired. It's gonna be repaired really fast. Wonder if that's okay. Yep. And chair is all that is needed now. This should be suitable. Oh, I just made a suitable house and a random underground house that I found since it was like 90% done. An ending PC should.
As you can see, it's all been gotten. This is it. It's nice. It's nice. United for two Q&A live streams over on streaming. Not only did this stream remind everyone that Sugar does want to bring the series back, but it gave us insight into scrapped episodes and concepts. We learned before that there were cut episodes like River Knight's backstory and Ben Pearl initially being an antagonist. But as it turns out, that was only the tip of the iceberg. So today, I want to go over some more cut content from the series alongside anything else
Nice having a grappling hook this early in the game.
And take a look at some alternate stories and lost episodes of Steven Universe. Also, if you're new to the channel or feeling to scroll down memory lane, be sure to check out Roundtable Rewind, a new channel that has a bunch of Roundtable videos old and new, re-edited into theme compilations. We got 4 out right now of Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, regular show, and a variety of cartoon topics that you can check out with 4 on the way. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now let's get into it.
Okay, over here.
Memorable eras of Steven Universe was early season 3, where Peridot and Lapis moved into the barn and became roommates. Peridot trying to win over Lapis' friendship, the Ruby Squad dropping in and wanting to know about Jasper's whereabouts, Steven discovering new powers. It really felt like the show was evolving as the team expanded and more homeworld gems became engaged with the overarching story. But what if I told you that all of this almost never happened? That in another life, Lapis had a different roommate. Apparently, the original Drafter barmaid saw Lapis and Sadie as roommates instead of Lapis and Peridot.
Often the things that are on the cutting room, like especially since the show's been on for so many years, there's so many things on the cutting room floor that evolved and changed into something different, and I loved what they became, even if I was really interested in the initial idea. The very earliest version of Barnmate was that Sadie was going to go to college and Lapis was going to be her roommate in her dorm, and she was just going to like sleep in her bathtub. And that was like a really fun kind of cool that I liked, the first like the submerged in water, like being like bummed out. But I love that like
Gonna keep on mining some. Yeah, I think this is actually gonna do it for this video. The first playthrough of my changed playthrough, and I say I'm doing pretty good with a ruby hook. Well, see ya.